Welcome to the third episode of Wicked and Wasted, where two unfiltered millennials talk about all things Disney and drinks. I'm Dante.
And I'm Emma. And today we are discussing the Festival of the Holidays at both Disneyland and Disney World, as well as our experience with Thanksgiving in the parks.
And what made you want to talk about that?
Thanksgiving was yesterday.
Oh, that's right. Oh, and a couple weeks ago, didn't you just go to the Festival of the Holidays?
I did. I was
Oh,
just there. I was there the opening weekend at Disneyland.
ain't that special?
Tried some food. I got through most of the booths, actually. There was only a few that I didn't get to. I'll have to go back for those.
We'll have to talk about that after we've made our drinks. What are we drinking today?
Indeed. Today, we are drinking something that we had at the Festival of the Holidays a few years ago. I think it was about 2017, but we really, really loved it. And they no longer have it at Festival of the Holidays. They have a different version, and we'll talk about that later. But we've decided to recreate our favorite version. It's the pomegranate mule.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Delicious.
Yum. I love the little bit of rosemary. Seems festive. I think I'm
Just
ready for
smell the
Christmas.
rosemary. Just smell the
Mhm.
rosemary.
Still smells like rosemary.
Thank God for that.
I think we're going to be okay.
Do we want to start talking about our experiences with some of the festivals?
Yeah, let's do that.
I mean, the festivals, we've been doing the festivals in California Adventure for a while.
Mm,
I feel like we've been going to the Food and Wine Festival there for as long as they've been doing it. And same with Festival of the Holidays. It's always convenient for us. Festival of the Holidays starts when Disneyland is decorated for the holidays. Makes sense. And we tend to go to Disney parks for my birthday, which is
hmm
always when it's decorated for the holidays. So we've always just been there during
hmm
Festival of the Holidays. So it's been a very convenient festival for us to go to and eat our
It's a
way
very
through.
convenient birthday.
I do have a convenient birthday. It's true. It worked out for me as a
It's
kid
always
too.
a good.
We always went for my birthday growing up as a kid, and it was always like around Thanksgiving break, and it was decorated for the holidays
Uh-huh.
and
I always say the
convenient.
best time to go is right before Thanksgiving because it's not as busy. It hasn't picked up. It's not during the Thanksgiving weekend, but it's decorated for the holidays. And they've got
Mhm.
great food and snack options and drinks.
You're saying the best time to go to Disneyland is my birthday, and I agree
Pretty
wholeheartedly.
much. Yeah. I think I was saying that before I even met you.
But yeah, I think we've enjoyed the food at the Festival of the Holidays, at least in California Adventure, more than the food at the Food and Wine Festival.
Yeah, I think so. Usually,
Yeah.
there's
And
usually
then we
like
did
more mac and cheese, which is tends to be our favorite every year.
yeah, I have to say, I know this is like a thing between Disneyland and Disney World where people from Disney World, like their home park is Disney World, they're always jealous of the California Adventure festivals. And I think the two of us are like, ooh, Disney World festivals, they're very good. But I
Yeah,
think the
so
reason
much
that
bigger.
Disney World likes the festivals in California Adventure better is because we rotate more often. So there's less kind of returning favorites every year and just
Oh yeah,
more new recipes. The mac and cheese just reminded me, like every year they have mac and cheese at the Festival of the Holidays, but the flavors rotate. And I'm actually kind of sad because there was that
uh-huh.
one year where they had that ghost pepper mac and cheese, and I loved that
Oh
so
yeah,
much. And I'm so sad that it's never been back.
that's right. Yeah, what did they have this year? It was the
They
chorizo
had they had a chorizo
fundito,
one, and it
queso
was like an
fundito.
It was supposed to be I was actually very upset about this because I didn't like it.
It sounded really promising.
I didn't like it. So I went with my
It's too
family,
bad.
and my sister doesn't eat red meat. So we did the
Mhm.
holiday duet that has the 2 mac and cheeses. Instead of getting like the full portion of each, it was just a half portion of
Oh,
each. And
oh.
it was the
You know,
chorizo mac and
it was,
cheese.
um, vegetarian chorizo.
I don't think that one was. It wasn't
It
the soy chorizo. It
it
was
was. I was wondering what options they had for your sister for either vegetarian or vegan, and they didn't really have a lot of options, but the mac and cheeses were both,
I
um
gotta look this up because it was not noted on the menu if it was on, like, the board.
yeah, they didn't really mark things.
Yeah, no, they did do there was one of the ones where it was soy chorizo, and we got that, but I don't trying to look up they make it very difficult to get to the menu on the website, it's very
As I
obnoxious.
was not in the park, all I had to do was
Yeah, it doesn't say that, it just
watch
says
you.
chorizo queso it just says chorizo queso fundido.
Where did I see that on? Oh, was it the Disney food blog?
I don't know.
That was, favorite
We could look
things?
up that, but so we got both of them, and the other one was, like it
Oh,
seemed like it was gonna be more basic, it had, like, sour cream and breadcrumbs and,
yeah, we had that
chives.
last year. The,
Yeah, and I expected to like the chorizo one more, and I didn't.
yeah,
None of my family did. We were all picking at the other one and, like, eating around it. The chorizo just tasted like chili. So, all like, the entire flavor, it wasn't very cheesy, and all you tasted was just, like, chili. Tasted like a chili noodle, and it was a little bit too much, which was disappointing.
you know what? This exact same thing happened last year when we went.
There
Actually, we
was
went there for your birthday, but
Mhm.
we ended up liking the Krugel mac and cheese more,
Yep.
and we were surprised, and I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, and it
That's right.
last year, it wasn't, the chorizo mac and cheese, it was something else. It was oh god, I just had it, and now it's left my brain, but it was something else. It
Yeah,
was not
because
the
it's
chorizo
yeah,
mac
the
and
chorizo's
cheese.
new this year.
Yeah, the chorizo's new,
Yeah, it
but there
says
was something god, what was it?
on the sign, it says vegetarian, but the Krugel one, there wasn't anything special about it. It was just good mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's all you need. Just keep it simple.
Yeah, we were impressed by a lot of the food this year at the Festival of the Holidays in California Adventure. I still have to get there. I didn't try any of the desserts.
There wasn't any that I really thought to try, except for I really thought there was a Mickey shaped macaroon.
Yeah, the sticky toffee
Yeah,
one.
that sounded good,
Mhm.
and that looked really cute. But the spiced coconut cocktail, that looked like a good little dessert cocktail.
Yeah, I didn't try that one. We stuck with the lighter ones. We tried the glacier margarita, which,
Mhm.
considering it was full of the bullshit blue curacao, it actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna
I
be.
know. I wasn't gonna put that on here, and then I did because I was like, we gotta just at least try it. But
Yeah, it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was sweet, but not horribly sweet. It was drinkable.
yeah,
We're really
and
trying to
then
find, I wanna it was was it that one that, like
but you
I'm
did
trying to
that was at Merry Mashups. You did get the holiday mash bowl, didn't you?
oh, it was so good. It was really, really good. It was such a funny story. We were in line for the brews and bites,
Mhm.
because my mother was very excited to get her beer. She really wanted her beer, so we went there first.
There was a lot of
Um,
beer options.
and yeah, she just wanted the Pilsner. She really enjoyed it. She loved it. So we were in line for the brews and bites, and we made friends with these 2 women in front of us, and they said they come every year for the Festival of the Holidays and the Food and Wine Festival, and those are, like, their 2 times to do Disneyland is to make sure that they can come for the festivals. And they had already been there the day before, so they had tried a lot of things, and now they're coming back to finish it out and try, eat some of their favorites again. And they said, "You gotta get" they didn't remember what it was called, they didn't remember where it was, they just said, "It's like these little nuggets with these mashed potatoes, and you gotta get it." And we were like, "Okay, great." And so we went on, like, a hunt for it, and we found it, and it ended up being, like, our favorite thing
Huh.
from the entire festival. We really liked it. Anyway, and then we kept running into our friends. We ran into them, when we were eating popcorn in Cars Land. We ran into them on Radiator Springs Racers. We ran into them all over the park, and every time they're like, "It's us!" And we're like, "Hi!"
That's I love it when that happens.
And every
It's
time
not
we did
until,
it, my
like, at the
dad
end of
was
the
like,
day, I'm like, "We've already seen each other, like, 6 times or however many times." But then I was
I
like,
know,
"We should
but,
have
like
just joined forces and just hung out the whole time."
yeah, no, my dad was so confused. He was like, "Who are these people?" We're like, "We met them in line." My dad's like, "Yeah, okay." He's like, "Do we know them?" We're like, "Yeah, yeah, we met them in line."
There's too many people. It's hard to keep track.
I'm really
Hmm.
upset. I was really trying to remember what the mac and cheese was last year. Oh, I've got it. It
What was
was
it?
the Southern mac and cheese with the andouille sausage.
Oh, that's right. So which sounded promising but was a miss because
And
I
we
just
did not
specifically remember
like it at
loving the
all.
Krugel.
I think we thought it was too dry, which I think was the same problem with the
Mhm.
chorizo. There wasn't enough,
Oh, if
cheesiness
you're
and,
gonna
like,
make mac and
sauce, you
cheese, it
know?
better be cheesy. Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like that's
that's
why we
right.
liked the Krugel one
Mm,
because that sour cream gave it a little bit more of a like, a sauce.
uh-huh, that's right. That reminded me of, in, in Disney World, though, the year before we went, they had the cowboy mac and cheese, and I wish
Oh,
they should have just made that because that was fantastic.
that was so good. That was so good. I have to say, I know that people in Disney World are frustrated because the food doesn't change every year at the festivals. There's a lot of
Mhm,
repeats. But I think overall, when we've been, we've had such a better experience with the quality of the food in Disney
mhm.
World.
Yeah, they spend a lot more time on it. There's a lot more options.
And I
It's
feel
a
like
lot to
they're a
try.
little bit
We end up
more
with a list that's
takes
at
us like
least
2
50
days to
different
get
things.
through.
Yeah, and we still don't even get to have all of those things.
No,
It's too much, but
it's never too much.
it's never too much. No, you're gonna find something good out of it.
Yeah. I feel like they're a little bit more, I don't know what word I wanna use. I was gonna say adventurous, but I don't really feel like that's right. I just feel like I guess maybe that's the best word I can come up with is in Disney World, it feels a little bit more adventurous where, like, you go to festivals and there's, like, lobster tail and scallops and escargot and,
Yeah,
um, like, I just it feels like a little bit more of, like, a high-end festival experience maybe?
yeah, they don't get that adventurous with ours, but it's definitely got its own like, it's got more of a California influence to it,
Yeah, we get a lot
like
of,
Southern
like
California, kinda
Like
Mexican.
Southern California, Mexican. We get a lot of, which I think comes from LA being right there. We get a lot of, Korean inspired flavors too. There
Oh,
was a
that as well, yeah.
Korean chicken slider with like a kimchi
Yeah,
slaw. It was really good, you know? So I feel like we get a little bit more of that like Mexican Korean
yeah.
flavor profile where I feel like Epcot tends to lean in to, even though it's a festival, they still kind of stick to their countries a little bit around the world, showcase their pavilions.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they have, like, half a dozen or so on top of that of other kind of themed. You did so Brews and Brights, did you guys get the, chicken chicharron?
It was delicious. That was the first thing we
That
got,
sounded good too.
um, and it was really, really good. The chicken, I would say, was a little bit dry because it was, like, a very, like, but there were pieces of chicken, and then the coating was really dry, and they did have, like, a sauce that was drizzled, but I do kind of wish they
Mm.
had increased. It was like a chimichurri, and I wish they would have increased the amount that was
Uh-huh.
there because when you got a bite with the chicken and the sauce and the rice, it really tasted good, but then the rice was dry and there wasn't really anything on it, and, like, if you had a piece of the chicken that didn't have the sauce, it was a little bit, like, bland. So I
Uh-huh.
would have enjoyed a little bit more of the sauce, but it was good. It was
Yeah, they
good.
call it a drizzle. So maybe it would have been better just smothered.
Yeah. They needed to, like, double the drizzle.
They went with, I guess, an Indian influence on this for some reason at Brews and Bites
They really
with
did,
that
which I feel
and
like
the
was
passion
different.
fruit rose latte.
Mhm. Yeah,
Lassi.
it was a little bit different than past years, I feel like there was always a booth that had kind of like an Indian influence, but I don't remember it being at Brews and Bites in the
Mhm.
past. I feel like last year at Brews and Bites, there was like a chorizo queso fundito that was like mediocre because it wasn't really melty in like the cast iron. It was just like a cheese sauce, which I'm not
Mhm.
complaining about. But it was a little bit more like bar food in the past. I feel like they had like the wings, you know, so it was interesting that they went
Yeah.
with this
Yeah.
direction this year. It was good though. It was a good it was the first thing we got, and I feel like it was a good start to the day of festival eating. It was a good
Mhm.
introduction, and the beers were really good. My mom got the Pilsner, and then me
You
and
guys
my
do
sister
so you did do you got a flight, right? The festive flight?
yeah, me and my sister split the festive flight, which had Pilsner, the churro ale,
The Dust Bowl
the
winter IPA.
did you just see balloons?
Why? Is there balloons?
I don't but you saw that, right?
Yeah. Why is there balloons? Are we celebrating something?
I don't know what I did, but
Is it well, it's in the
it was
video,
my
so
birthday, you know?
I was gonna say, does it know it's your birthday? I was like, is it just my
Maybe.
screen because I
Ooh.
got your birthday there? I'm like, I think I have a
Who
birthday
wants to
alert coming.
celebrate me getting closer to 40 years old? Woo.
It was supposed to alert me at 9 a.m. this morning. It didn't, so all right.
What was gonna alert you at
Anyways,
9 AM?
my phone
To what?
about your birthday.
My birthday's
It gives
tomorrow.
me a I know, it's supposed to be it's a an advanced warning. I always think your birthday is the 19th because I got my alerts like going all day on the 19th to like prepare me for the 20th.
Yeah.
But
No,
it's not your birthday because it's the day after Thanksgiving. Your birthday
that's
we
right.
already happened.
My birthday happened a week ago.
Yeah. Maybe is it because we said festive?
Maybe? I don't
Nope.
know. I was
No.
doing something
It
with my
didn't happen
hands.
again.
Maybe I, like, caused balloons.
Can you do that?
I
Magic.
don't know. But, yeah, anyways, we had the
Uh,
it was,
So
the
the Stone
Pilsner, the
Pilsner, which
churro
is great.
ale.
Churro ale. I think we've had that
Um,
before.
we have it was good. Both me and my sister agreed that it was good in the festive like, the flight. If it we had had the full glass of it, it would have been too
Yeah.
much, but the little, like,
Yeah.
tester size was
This is
good.
fun. Yeah.
There was,
The,
an
the Dust
IPA.
Bowl Winter Wonder IPA
That was my sister's favorite, and it was very good. And then we
from West
had
Coast
the
IPA.
golden
Yeah.
stout. There was a
The
golden
naughty
stout,
sauce.
the naughty sauce, and that one tasted like a stout, but it was good.
Mhm. From
It was
Golden
fun.
Stout.
Yeah, we
Huh.
didn't get the other flight because it was, like it was a bit too much, you know? Like, it
Yeah.
was, like, a warm day, it was, like, in the 70s, like, it was a nice, warm Southern
Oh
California
yeah.
day, and the other one just seemed like
Yeah.
too
With that
much.
with the La Bodega Jamaica Seltzer, which I was curious about. I've never had that.
But yeah, I've never had it.
Um the Green Cheek Hops for the Holidays IPA. And then it moves on to the Altamont Juice Above the Clouds Double IPA.
Yeah.
And then you've got another stout, a coffee stout, the Great Notion Single Stack Stout. That's a good one.
Yeah, it just seemed like too
But yeah,
much
those
for,
are
like, 11 AM on a
heavier
warm
beers.
day.
That's what I would have picked. They should make you, or they should let you be able to just kind of pick your own four out of those.
I know, it's so weird because they clearly just have you know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. It's because they have the cards that are pre-made up with, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, so that when they give you your flight in the thing, they can just stick a card that's already
Oh, you
pre-made
can
there to
read
say
it.
in spot
Okay.
1 is this, you know? So I think that's why they
I see.
don't, not because it would be how would they do that? But
Well, they could just not do that and save some money on printing those cards. And the difference in price is only 50 cents. So it's basically nothing.
yeah.
But if you wanted to try certain ones. So what was your favorite out of the four beers?
I mean, It depends what you're going for. I feel like festive-wise, the churro ale is really fun because
Mm,
there's a lot of cinnamon in it. It's
hmm.
very festive, it's very fun. Like, my mom was big on the Pilsner because she likes a lighter
A
beer, but
Pilsner.
I liked that the
Yeah.
Pilsner still had
Yeah.
really
I
good
like that.
flavor.
The Pilsner's, the Pilsner's always out year round, though.
Mhm. And then I think both me and my sister, I think we agreed that the IPA was the best in our fight. We really liked it.
Okay.
Mhm.
What made that special compared to, made it stand out against other IPAs?
I don't think it did. I don't think it did. I think if you put it in a lineup with other IPAs, you could probably find one that's better, but I think
Was
out of
it,
the 4, that was the one that felt the
yeah.
most
Was it more like
drinkable.
piney or
I just think
Christmas
it was the
tree
only yeah,
flavored?
it was the only one in out of the 4 that I could have
Okay.
drunk a full glass of the Pilsner and it would have been fine. I think I would
The
have been
Pilsner,
happier
yeah,
drinking a
I
full
get that a
glass of
lot.
the IPA. I couldn't drink a full glass of the churro, it would have been too cinnamony, too much, and I couldn't have drunk a full glass of the naughty
Mhm.
sauce because it was just I'm not a big stout person
It's,
anyways.
stout, yeah, it's a lot. I feel like it's
Yeah.
gotta be a cold day for that.
Yeah. So out of
Mm,
all of them, the one that
alright.
I would have
So
picked
how
to have
about
a full glass of, it would have been the IPA.
the IPA? And how about favorite things? You guys got the braised pork belly adobo, didn't you?
Yeah, that one is there every year, and it's always good.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
this year, I felt like the pork
I
belly was and I cannot believe I'm gonna say this because with pork belly, this is my favorite thing, but it was almost a little bit too fatty, like it hadn't been
huh,
rendered down enough. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was just, like, kinda
yeah.
the ratio between the meat and the fat was off in my mind. But it's there every year, and it's there
For
every year for a reason. It's because
say
everyone
every
always
year,
loves
because I
it.
think it's usually been the favorite. Ye
It's there every year
I think
because people love it. You know what I mean?
everything on this kinda seems like they're great, but nothing spectacular. But I think just maybe they're just overall the, like, safe, good stuff.
Yeah,
For being called the favorite things, I feel like it should be something like, "Oh my god, I have to have that."
I know. Although, I mean, I get people love a good pork belly. We love a good pork belly.
Yeah, yeah.
We've we've never
I've
complained about a
I
good
never
slump
not
of pork
order a pork
belly.
belly if it's on the menu.
Yeah.
Mm,
So I don't know. It was fine. It was good. Wasn't bad.
just reminded me that I have some prosciutto and cheese.
See, you were good. You brought yourself a snack for this one. I didn't. I have no
Mm,
food with me.
I remembered because the
I'm
last time I didn't, and I was pretty wanting something by the end of that
yeah.
2-hour long recording.
Yeah, so then the other thing we got, we did the, if we're going through the list, at the twist, on
Well, did you guys do the
tradition.
spice cup? Or you didn't do the spice coconut cocktail at Favorite Things, did you?
Mm-mm.
I was curious
But
about that. It sounded good, but like a dessert, like heavy with condensed milk in it.
yeah, when we did the, a twist on tradition, we did get the cocktail at that one. That one was the pomegranate paloma.
Oh, yeah, that sounded really good.
That ended up being our favorite
I was
cocktail.
I was debating whether we do that for this, but I hadn't tried that one before, I don't think.
It ended up being our absolute favorite cocktail of the entire festival. Everyone in my family agreed. Every single person in my family agreed that that was the best tasting cocktail, and it
It
was
was the
really
only
good.
tequila cocktail.
It was really good, and my sister was, like, worried about it because she doesn't like palomas, so she was like, "I don't think I want it," and then she read, like, the description of it when we went up to order, and she went, "Actually, I think it sounds good," and I went, "Yes, you should try it." And then we got it, and she was like, "Oh, that tastes delicious. Like, that's really good." And I'm like, "Yeah." And between the 4 of us, we drank that very quickly, and we had
It's
it
not
with
like
the,
a traditional Paloma at all.
no, it has, blueberry
It doesn't
puree,
have
lime,
it doesn't have cranberry
cranberry.
juice in it. Or no,
It
it doesn't
has
have,
it doesn't have grapefruit.
what am I thinking? Grapefruit juice, right?
Grapefruit. Yeah, they
And
replaced
that's
it
kind
with
of like a
cranberry
key
and
ingredient.
pomegranate. and then there's a little
Mm,
bit of, a blueberry puree, and then tequila, obviously, agave,
yeah.
um, but yeah, no, it was really, really good. It was really good, and I
Uh,
loved it because you could definitely taste the tequila. Like, you knew you were drinking something with tequila in it, but it wasn't like, "Oh, ew, gross, that's tequila." Like, it was really balanced, a very
I don't even.
balanced flavor.
Did you see what kind of tequila they were using?
No,
It doesn't even say. It just says Blanco tequila.
I'm sure Disney has, like, a brand that they partner with for these kinds of things.
Yeah, that's another nice thing about Florida is they tend to have a larger selection of alcohol brands that they partner with.
Yeah, I think Disney World puts more of a focus on the drinks on their menus. I think because they know that people are going to Epcot to have a drink. And so I
Yeah,
think their drinks at the
and they got a
festivals tend
lot.
to be better. And at Disneyland,
Just tequilas
half of the
alone, they
time
have so many options.
yeah, well, at Disneyland, I just feel like the drinks at the festivals are like an afterthought. Most of them aren't great. I'm always surprised when I find one that I like. Whereas at Epcot, I don't think we've ever had a drink at one of the festival booths where we go, "Oh, I don't like that." Like, we've always liked them. They've always been a
No,
well-crafted cocktail.
yeah, there's a lot
But
more
yeah,
frozen options and
yeah.
sweet if you like sweet or not if you
Mhm.
don't.
Mhm.
Don't mind me, I'm just preparing my cheese platter over here. Charcuterie.
So stupid.
I can't talk about food and not eat it. I knew I was gonna get hungry talking about it this time.
I know you're making me hungry. I'm really upset, but I don't have food.
Did you guys get the, what was there? The barbecued pulled pork cornbread bake
No, we did the,
with creamy
croissant
slaw,
muffin slider.
or
The
that.
croissant
I think
muffin
that's the
slider.
one
It
that I
was good.
went for, that I put on the list to try.
Yeah, I really liked the croissant muffin slider, but I was a little bit upset because, they just did, like, deli sliced turkey, and I was kinda hoping it was
Oh,
gonna be more of, like, an actual, like, Thanksgiving
if
turkey.
they're doing it holiday themed, yeah, it's gotta be like, just, they've got the turkey there. They use the legs.
I know. Yeah, no, it was, like, deli sliced turkey, so the flavors were really good. I really liked the croissant muffin,
Mhm.
um, but I was disappointed by the turkey selection. I was really hoping for, like, turkey.
Well, maybe you could recreate that this weekend with the, leftover Thanksgiving food.
Yeah, I'll have to whip up some
Do it
croissants.
just do it better. Do whatever you thought was missing.
It was really good. I loved the cranberry, but I'm a big cranberry sauce person anyways, so
Yeah, I've got a recipe I'm gonna do with, leftover cranberry sauce this year.
are you gonna make that waffle?
Well, there's that. There's that. I guess there's a few. I'm gonna make little, 'cause I like to make chocolates. Um,
For what? I know you were talking about the cranberry sauce, but my first thought when you said chocolates was, how are you gonna put turkey into a chocolate bar?
well, that hadn't occurred to me, but
Don't
watch
do
me.
that. Please do not do that.
Is that a challenge?
No. No, it's really not.
Hmm. I follow Salt and Straw, and they do a lot of things with. They've got a turkey ice cream flavor.
They also have a cricket ice cream flavor, so I'm not sure that
They've
they're one
got
to be trusted.
no, but you know what? The ones that I've tried so far that seem like they would be a little crazy, a little too much, they've actually somehow they make it work. So I guess anything is possible.
Yeah, the only other food we did at the Festival of the Holidays this year,
Did you do
we
holiday duets?
that was the mac and cheese.
Oh, we did that already. Yeah, and the cranberry.
Mhm.
That's right.
And then at Winter
Winter
Sliderland, we did
Sliderland.
the al
Yeah.
pastor pork and pineapple
Oh yeah.
slider. That one was
Yeah,
actually
that
really good.
sounded
I
good.
liked it. It had, a really good spice, like a kick. Um,
Oh, did it?
and it was enough, like, I have a very high spice tolerance, and it was
Uh,
enough that I knew that there was a kick. And then my dad, who has no spice
Oh
tolerance,
no.
cannot handle any spice, he was able
It
to
doesn't
eat
say
it.
anything about spice on there.
Now there's a thumbs up. Why is there a thumbs up? What the hell's going on here?
Are we
Anyways,
live? I just
I don't think that's possible.
I don't think so either. But are like people sending us these things?
Why did a thumbs up just did I do something? Like, if I put a thumbs up,
No.
what the
No. And
hell's
I wasn't
going
even looking at the
on?
screen.
Why did a thumbs up just appear by
I
my
don't know.
head?
I don't
Anyways,
know.
my dad, who could not handle any spice at all, like absolutely none, he was able to also eat it. And he just said, "Oh, yeah, there's a nice kick," but like he didn't
There's
feel
nothing
like it
on
was.
there. It says nothing about it. It just says El Pastor pork and pineapple slider on corn brioche. The other one though says beef brisket slider, which that sounded good too, but I heard was a miss,
Okay.
with smoked onions and horseradish ketchup on a pretzel roll. So given there's horseradish ketchup, maybe that would have a kick to it, but there's nothing
Yeah,
about
no, the El
the pork
Pastor
one, it says.
itself, like you could see the pork was spiced. Like it was very deep red color,
Oh,
which is obviously not the usual color of pork.
I wonder what they put in there. Something.
I don't know. It was good though.
I'm sure I would have
Yeah, that
liked
was
it.
the other thing though. I feel like there wasn't the only booth that we didn't go to was it Grandma's?
Well, we got
What's the
you
booth about
didn't do
Grandma?
either of the hot ones, did you?
What do you mean the hot
Because
ones?
at Sliderland, they had the cookies and cream hazelnut hot cocoa, which is a
Mm-mm.
non-alcoholic, but you could add Irish cream liqueur. Or there was the hot butter pecan bourbon cocktail, which that one
No,
kind of sounded good.
we did the
Um,
Paloma. We did
which would have
the
been, but that would have been good at nighttime because it did get a
we
little chilly there.
left. It got
Oh,
cold, but we left right after we did Carthay Circle at 5:20, and we went back over to Disneyland.
oh, that's right, huh?
So we'll as I mean, we for drinks, we did the Paloma, we
Hmm.
did the Glacier Margarita, and then we did the Cranberry Mule, which is, I think, what they replaced this one with, and I can say with absolute certainty the Pomegranate Mule was better than the
That's better.
Cranberry Mule.
You didn't bother with that jelly donut punch
Yeah.
mocktail.
A mocktail should have told you everything you needed to know. Obviously, I did not do that.
It sounds actually pretty good. They should have made that into a cocktail or like an option to make it get into a cocktail.
Yeah. No, we did that, and then me and my sister we just grabbed some beer at the port of San Francisco,
Oh yeah.
um, just to walk around
Oh,
with.
and didn't try what was the one that well, there's grandma's recipes,
That's the one booth we didn't
the
do.
barbacoa tamale.
That was the one booth that we didn't make it to.
That would have been good, I'm sure. And then like Cafe de
Yeah.
Ola, cold brew,
Yeah.
which is
Everyone was
non-alcoholic, but
just
it sounded yummy.
everyone was just too full. They were just
It's a
too
lot.
full.
We would have eaten all of that and more just between the two of us.
Yes, well, I was working with a whole team of people.
Oh, yes. And we were also walking miles. There was the other things though. There was the at Cochino Cucamonga, the Mexican grill. They had the spicy Jamaica cocktail. That one
Yeah,
you have to go back and try. I would like to know what that tastes like because
I know.
it
I still have because
might be something we have to make sometime.
we did the sip and savor pass.
Mm.
So I still
Yeah,
have
that was not on
a
there.
couple things left on that, so I'll have to go back before
Oh,
January and finish eating and drinking.
does that work for other things? Other holiday things that aren't in the at the booth?
Only if they're on the Festival of the Holidays menu. So there are some
If it
things that you
is,
can
but
use it
it's
on there. A
not
couple
part of
things at
those.
like the studio
I
catering
think
truck
they
that
are.
are, and a couple
The
things
board
that
the Boardwalk
like
Pizza had the holiday pizza slice, which
I
sounded
wanted to
like
try that so
really
bad.
good.
I was
It
so
looks really
upset that
good.
we didn't make it. That was the one thing that I wanted to try. My dad was horrified. He was like, "What do you mean?"
What? It's all the flavors in a pizza slice.
I wanted to try it so bad. That
Sounds
is
great.
high on my to-do list. I might have to go back
It's kinda like,
just
it
for
sounds
that.
kinda like a Thanksgiving, instead of a Thanksgiving sandwich, it's just a Thanksgiving melt on a flatbread.
And I am very tempted to go back just for that. Just
That's
for
another
that.
one I think I have to make for with, leftover Thanksgiving food this weekend
Right now.
right now. Yeah. So then I guess what
That's the thing, though.
to
I feel like when we go to Epcot, like, the Festival of the Holidays, so when me and my family just did it, we did Disneyland in the morning up until 11. Then at
mm,
11, we went over to California Adventure, and we did the Festival of the Holidays interspersed with, like, a few rides. We did Soaring, we did, Radiator Springs Racers, we did the Incredicoaster, like, we kind of intersperse. Um, but
last
we
year?
this year,
Oh,
right now, the trip we
yeah.
just did. But we were done. Like, I mean, they didn't wanna eat anymore, they got full, but we only had, like, a couple other things to do, and we did it all in, like, a few hours. But
Mhm.
you and I in Epcot, because I feel like there are so many other booths, like, when we do the Festival of the Holidays at
We get
Epcot, we
stuck with
spend a whole day.
all the booze. Yeah.
It's a whole day, and we don't finish it all. We don't get to all the
And it's
booths.
huge. It's a lot to walk. There's yeah, well,
Yeah.
there's a good mile to walk just around the lake, but when it's in California, though, it's all right there next to each other, so
Yeah.
you're not spending that time walking around and working off the food or drinks that you're eating.
Yeah, and let me tell you something else about this. This was one of my biggest pet peeves. I'm actually really very upset about this. I don't know who. I don't know who. I don't know what
I don't know
dead
why, I don't
imbecile
know when.
at Disney. I don't know why. I do know when. I, I don't know who. Would love to find out
I
who because
and I don't know how.
they are by far one of the biggest idiots I have ever encountered, whoever they are. But they
Who?
decided, I want us to I want us to transport ourselves, right? I want us to, in our mind, transport
Yeah.
ourselves
Where are we
to
going?
California Adventure, right?
Okay. Well, you were
If
just
you've
there.
ever been, transport yourself to California Adventure. The festival booths start right to the right of Carthay Circle, right? They're right there. And
Yeah.
it's a pretty narrow pathway, even when there's no festival going on, like, that's always a crowded area. It wraps, like, around that walkway. You go past the wine trattoria, you go past Avengers Campus, you go past Cars
Yeah.
Land. You keep going, you go past the pier, and you get over to where the Undersea Adventures, the Little Mermaid, whatever, Ariel's Undersea Adventure. You get around there, and then you keep going, and there's a few other booths. And there's a couple boots over towards the Redwood Creek Challenge and Grizzly Bear, whatever. It's a
Yeah.
narrow pathway even when there's no festivals. If it's a busy day and people are walking, that's a crowded pathway. You throw in the festival booths,
Yeah.
it's packed. It is so
Yeah.
hard. And
That
then
that really clogs it up.
some absolute fucking idiot at Disney decided, "I have such a good idea. We're gonna have cavalcades go through that same fucking pathway where multiple times a day we're gonna push people out of the way so that Mickey and Minnie and all the fucking characters can get through." Do I wanna see the characters? Yes, of course, they're
But
very
they look
cute.
so good.
They do look good, but people are
Miguel and the Coco
flocking
crew,
to
like,
that pathway.
that looked like so much fun.
They're flocking to the pathway to get to the booths in an already crowded area, and then you have these poor cast members trying to push everyone out of the way so that they can't get to the festival booths for a good 20 minutes while the fucking who in their right mind came up with that bullshit of an idea? That is so fucking stupid. Either move the festival booths or don't have fucking characters come through when people are trying to get there. It was the most. And then you have people with strollers trying to park their strollers along the only pathway. And the pathway to walk by, I
They
would
need
like
to
to
outlaw the
demonstrate.
strollers. If you
I
can't carry
swear
your
to fucking
kid,
God, I measured.
maybe you
It is
shouldn't
a
be there.
less than 3-foot distance that they give you to walk going both directions on the side of the pathway when the cavalcade's coming through. Now you have some fucking idiot with a double wide stroller trying to park their stroller along that 3-foot wide pathway so that their kids can watch the fucking characters. And you have cast members yelling at me going, you have to keep moving. I literally, at one point, I was so angry. I turned to
There's
the
nowhere to
cast member
go.
and I said, I would love to keep walking, but I can't because a stroller decided to park in front of me. And the poor cast member was like, I'm so sorry. And like, even she was like, I have to talk to them. But I was like, it's not even your fault, poor cast member. Like, you're trying to do a job because some fucking moron decided that there should be a parade in the middle of this busy pathway in where there's. I am so worked up about it. I can't tell you. I was so
I
frustrated.
I
So
can see
frustrated.
that. Yeah,
Anyways,
I think
whoever
that
is
every
at
single
Disney
time.
making these harebrained decisions, call me first. We need to have a discussion before you make any more idiotic decisions.
Maybe they shouldn't allow strollers in that park.
Oh my God, there was someone else. This is a funny story from our trip. We were walking in through security. We got dropped off in an Uber because my parents were like, we don't want to spend extra time walking to the park from our hotel because we're going to walk so much during the day. So we took an Uber in the morning from
Oh,
our hotel to like the drop off area.
uh,
Then, of
it
course, we're
wouldn't be.
walking in where all the shuttles are and it's crowded and people are trying to go through security. And there was this family who had one of those giant ass wagons who, like, they're not allowed in Disney anymore. And
Yeah,
this dad was having a full blown argument with the security guy who was like trying to say, like, I'm so sorry, you're not going to be allowed through. And this dad was like, let me tell you, if I worked here, this is how and the guy said, well, then by all means, get a job here and you can do what you want. But until then, here are the rules.
yeah, yeah.
Cracking
Let's
up.
just
I
see what
was like, oh
happens
my
when that
God.
park is full of those wagons. See how well that idea that is.
Yeah, no, it was a mess. It was a mess. Anyways, you don't have that problem at
Bunch of
Epcot because
idiots.
everything's more spread out. It's more spread
It's
out,
so
it's
spread out,
wider.
it's so open. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a good, nice feature.
Yeah. Where the
It's
fuck are you
just,
going?
I just my pomegranate is bleeding all over the place, and I forgot a towel again. I need to get I need to get just like a branded towel that is specifically for this because every time I wish I had a towel.
Yeah, before we started filming this, you took a sip of your drink and immediately spilled it.
Can't. I've got a little spot on my shirt that I cannot wait to clean.
It was 3 for 3 every episode so far.
I think every drink in my life so far. So why break that now?
That's true.
That's what the
But
drink's
yeah,
for.
no, I have to say, going around for the Festival of the Holidays, it made me miss um, the Festival of Holidays that we did in Epcot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to remember last time we were there for Thanksgiving. It was we did Festival of the Holidays,
Hmm.
but Thanksgiving Day we spent in Magic Kingdom.
We did.
That was a lot of fun. Felt like that was like Christmas.
Yeah, there was a lot going on that day. We took our time getting over. That day was so funny because we took our time getting over to Magic Kingdom because we knew we would be there later. So
Yeah,
we slept in that morning. But then by the time we got
yeah.
to Magic Kingdom, we were
And we
hungry.
were
So, so
already
we
like
decided,
a week into our trip.
yeah, so we decided to go to Skipper
Oh,
Canteen for snacks and
yeah.
sangria,
Yeah,
like
first dinner,
idiots before going to eat a full Thanksgiving dinner. We
but
ate
we
so much.
cannot go to Magic Kingdom and not go to Skipper Canteen
I know, but it actually ended up being the best thing we did because we asked for to-go boxes at Skipper Canteen to save our,
because
like, Brazilian bread.
we got extra. Yeah, we got extra of those.
Yep. So we asked for to-go boxes, and that ended up oh my gosh, this is one of the funniest things we have ever experienced, I think, was that
Oh
Thanksgiving
no,
meal. So we went to Liberty Tree Tavern because we figured it's like a year-round Thanksgiving. You have a Thanksgiving, it's all
it
you can
is.
eat. It's a Thanksgiving feast all year round. Every day of
But
the year is turkey.
that was like the epitome of Thanksgiving meals.
Yeah, it was like Thanksgiving cranberry, mashed
You know, when
potatoes,
you're
like
when you're away from family and you're somewhere else, whatever, it's usually whether you're gonna go out to, like, take out somewhere or something in another
yeah,
city
we
or
did not
whatever,
do that.
but when you're in Disney World, you've got Liberty Tree Tavern that has the Thanksgiving meal, and it's unlimited or bottomless food, which is
Yeah, all you can eat.
dangerous.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I feel like we chose that because that's there all year round, and there were
yeah,
other
we
options, like,
hadn't tried it before.
you could go to other restaurants and they had, like, a Thanksgiving meal on the menu, but it was not all you can eat, and so we decided what we need to do is go to Liberty Tree Tavern because that was gonna feel the most like Thanksgiving where we were just gonna stuff ourselves. So that's what we did, and we sat down, and we just kept ordering food, and we kept eating it, and we kept ordering food, and then we realized we were very full, and so we asked the very nice server if we could have to-go boxes, and she said, "No, we don't do that
Um,
here because it's all you can eat, so they won't let you
yeah,
take anything to go." And we had a mound of food on our plate, and we weren't gonna
round of
let her
food,
take
but
it
we still
away.
wanted to eat dessert
Yeah. So we asked I'll never forget it, we asked for more, I think it was, like, stuffing and turkey that we were out of, so we were like, "Can we
because there
have
was a couple
more?"
things that we have to have.
Yeah, we're like,
Yeah.
"Can we have some more?" And she was like, "I thought you wanted to-go boxes." And we're like, "No, just bring us a little bit more." And then she brought us more, and then she turned her back, and we hid it all in the to-go boxes that we got from Skipper Canteen. But then she
I
came
thought
back over.
it fell off the table.
Yeah, right. It fell off the
I
table
didn't
into our boxes from Skipper Canteen. But then she came back over, and I had put a few things on your plate, and she looked
I
terrified.
had a full plate.
I am absolutely convinced that she thought that I put all of that food on your plate and I forced you to eat it all. 'Cause she for the rest of the night looked at me with, like, absolute disdain. She was like, "This
I didn't
crazy
wanna
bitch."
I wanted to eat as much as I possibly could, but that wasn't gonna it still wasn't gonna be enough to because they had put there was so much food. There was more
Yeah,
food than we usually do with, and it wasn't gonna fit in a box. So,
no. But she definitely thought
half
that
of
I
it went
made
in
you eat
my
it.
face.
But she definitely, because we had, like, a mound of food, and within 5 minutes, it was off the plate, and she didn't know what had happened to it, she just knew that it was off the plate, and there was some on your plate, and so she thought that I had forced you to eat it all, and
Meanwhile, my face is stuffed and I can't answer her questions,
she looked at me
and
like
we
I
had been
was
laughing,
crazy.
so I think I've got tears down my face.
So we were definitely crying, laughing because we had just bamboozled the restaurant. She definitely thought that I was torturing you by forcing you to eat food.
I had way too much food in my mouth. I think to I had to when she finally walked away. And she'd come to ask if we wanted like if we're ready for dessert. And so you answer and like, yes, yeah, yeah. And I can't answer because my face is stuffed. Tears coming down my face. I think when she finally went away, I had to spit some of it out because I had too much in my face. It wasn't going down. I was gonna have to reassess that and try again.
Yeah. But it was great. We ended up eating those leftovers for, like, 2 days. We kept making
Oh,
little,
it was
like,
so good.
leftover bites. It was really
Most
good.
of it went that night, though. We definitely when we got back to the hotel, I
Yeah,
had
we were
some,
hungry
and
again.
I definitely was eating in my sleep again.
You did. But then there was still extra, and then the day after that, we had, like, our pool day where we just lounged by the pool
Yeah,
before going to Disney Springs, and we came back from the pool and we ate that for lunch. We ate more of the
yeah,
leftovers from lunch. It was really
it
good.
was great. Good idea. They should give you a if they're gonna serve you all that food, they should give you a to-go box, 'cause it's just gonna
If
get
you're
thrown away.
asking for it, yeah, what are
'Cause
they gonna do? They're gonna throw it away.
they give you so much anyways, and you're gonna get all that food no matter what, so
You know what they should do? I get it that they don't wanna waste food or whatever, or, like, give you more, they're trying to save
yeah.
money. But part of what, like, you get when you have did you spill
Did
again?
again. Yes, I did.
I think part of what should come with an all-you-can-eat meal is one to-go box. Whatever you can fit into one to-go box, it should come with the
Yeah,
meal.
that's reasonable. Yeah, because especially it was like the second course or whatever. We were already feeling full. I'm like, how the hell are we gonna finish this? We still got this and this and this that's coming.
And then we kept ordering it because we wanted
'Cause I want
more.
more of that. Yeah. Well, and they move so fast. So they ask you before you've even like fullness has hit you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. I feel like I had had
So we're like, oh yeah,
that
we
was
could do that.
this
And we were pretty hungry.
yeah. That was the second time I've had Thanksgiving dinner in a Disney park. The first time was it was 10 years ago. And I went with my family and then our family friends, and we did Thanksgiving in the park. It was in 2014. And we ate in California Adventure at the Wine Trattoria, that restaurant.
Mm. Hmm.
And they did like a Thanksgiving meal because it was Thanksgiving. And it was not all you can eat. So it was just like turkey or whatever. And it was good. But I did feel like you missed out on some of that Thanksgiving feeling because it wasn't all you can eat. Like part of the fun of Thanksgiving is going up and getting
It's
seconds or
stuffing
thirds and
yourself
feeling
just as much as
so
that turkey
full.
did.
Yeah.
That poor
So
turkey, if it's gonna suffer and be stuffed as much as you can, you might as well do the
exactly. In
same.
solidarity, you
Yeah.
stuff yourself as full as you can get. But yeah, no, it was good. I remember thinking like the quality of everything was really good, but I missed out on
Yeah.
that, like that fullness feeling. And so Liberty Tree Tavern definitely delivered on that.
I don't think I've ever been so full in my life at a Disney restaurant.
No, we were
And we eat a lot.
stuffed. We were I don't think it helped that we had gone to Skipper Canteen about an hour and a half before that to eat a bunch of cheesy Brazilian bread, but,
Yeah.
what were
Yeah,
you
probably
you
not.
know what it
But
is? I
what
I
were we
remember
supposed to do?
we wanted sangria, and when you go to
We wanted
Skipper Canteen, you
sangria,
cannot just order a drink, you have to get food to go with it. So we
but
had to get
the
something.
food's so good there too. You can't go there without the Brazilian bread. That's
You stuffing your
love that
face with a bunch
stuff.
of cheese right now is really pissing me off.
I
It's
told you
making
should
me
have got
very
food.
hungry.
I knew we were gonna talk about food, and it was like, we have to have food, otherwise
You're
I'm gonna
making
have to
me
quit the
so
episode,
hungry.
mid-episode, and go downstairs and get food.
You're making me very hungry, and that's really pissing me
Pretty good.
off.
I've got some, Seattle sourdough with some 5-year aged Gouda and prosciutto di Parma and, salami.
That really pisses me off. I'm really
Quite good.
hungry.
I've also
I'm
got a roll
really
of
hungry.
I think ingredients to help, and a lot just in case. Some, wild blueberry, lemon, and thyme goat cheese roll.
Oh,
I love
I
those
love a
things.
good goat cheese.
Good. Oh, I just put something in my mouth that was actually not it was the peel of the pomegranate. I thought I dropped a
Uh,
piece of salami and it was a piece of the pomegranate.
this is what you get for stuffing things into your mouth.
If it says anything, if there's food, I have to do it. It's just, I can't not do it. There's a problem.
Big problem.
Yes. So when she
Yeah, no.
said, stuff your face with food, we're going to get that dessert. We're not wasting any of this. Better believe I did not
That's
waste
what
any
the
of that.
server thought I said. I am quite positive because she came over and it had
She
only been
came
like
over.
maybe 5 minutes since she brought us a whole new plate of food. And then it was empty except for the stuff on your plate. And you looked like you were in pain because you were crying with a mouthful. And I was just sitting there
I
like
couldn't
happy
answer
as can
her.
be.
And then she looks at me and just specifically looks at me and asks, "Are you okay?
There was torture.
Are you sure?"
Uh, and for the rest of the night, like she didn't talk to me. She talked to you. Like she thought she was gonna have to like step in and save the day.
We're pretty sure she had to ask if she had to call somebody. And then shortly later, a manager or a lead or supervisor or something comes by just to check. just to do like a wellness
"How's
check
your
on our table.
Thanksgiving going? We just wanted to make sure your Thanksgiving was going well.
Thankfully, my mouth wasn't stuffed at that point, so I was actually able to say, "I'm fine. Like, we're doing great. This is wonderful."
This is delicious." And they seemed better after that, but I think they were generally I
Um,
think they were really concerned for your safety. I think they thought that I was torturing you and
you were
forcing you to
abusing
eat.
me by forcing me. You know what makes me wonder is if they have a concern there, then they've probably seen that before. Like, what happened
I feel like they
for
probably
them?
see it more with, like, parents and kids, like, "No, you ordered that, you're gonna eat it," you know?
She must have thought I was just some special adult child, man.
Something is not right.
And by the way they asked things, it wasn't wondering if we were boxing up food or anything. It was
It was,
concern
like,
for my
concern for
safety.
your safety. Meanwhile, we were just throwing food under under into the box.
It wasn't that much. It was just it was a box.
It
It
was, like, 2
was
boxes. It was 2 boxes full of food.
and there was no way I was gonna let her take that food away and throw it in the trash.
No, we are not wasteful. We are not
No.
wasteful.
And I think we picked on it as we were going around the park the rest of the
We
day
did.
because
I
you were
feel like
there
they were
early.
concerned too because we definitely bought a bottle of wine. I think we had, like,
Or
a bottle
or
of the of,
probably
like, their
or I think we
we
did
had
too.
2. We had the bottle of the fairy tale I don't know if it's champagne or prosecco, but it's Disney's branded sparkling wine.
Yeah.
So we got a bottle of that, and then we had a bottle of it was a red wine. I wanna say it was a Pinot from, like, Sonoma or something.
Yeah.
I remember us
That
getting it because we were like,
is
"Oh, that should be not bad."
it's really a lot of food. I'm looking at this post about it. It's reminding me because they do it in like you don't realize it's gonna be
Batches.
that much food. Yeah, they like send you the
They send you, like,
rolls.
multiple slices of
Oh,
the turkey
we
and,
had to
like, a
have this
big old
and
thing of cranberry and, like, a
yeah,
big thing of green beans and, like, a big
stuffing
thing of mashed
and
potatoes and, like, a big scoop of it's like
pulled
a lot of food.
is it pulled pork with gravy on it,
Yeah.
green beans and mashed potatoes.
Yep.
That's one round. So it's like, yeah, I'll eat this. Mashed potatoes, yeah, but
There was a lot of
I
food,
want
and
the
it was
stars.
good. It was
The
so
mac and
good.
cheese.
Oh, I forgot about the mac and cheese.
That's what we wanted more.
That's definitely what started it. We're like, "We need more stuffing and more
But the
mac and
rolls,
cheese."
yeah, they give you 6 rolls for 2 people, and I think we're pretty hungry still at that point, so we're eating those,
Yeah,
and,
it was a
yeah,
lot. Do we know what the wine was, though?
so I'm looking that up right now. Let's see, wine list.
It's probably the same. I don't think it changes very frequently at Disney World.
Probably not. It's something similar. Alright, so we've got Iron Horse Fairy Tale Cuvée Brut. We did that.
Oh, yep,
Well,
that one.
did we pay $96 for that?
No, that must have gone up. Oh, we
I
might have done
think
the Pinot Noir, the Coastal CA Pinot Noir, because I don't think we would have gotten a
well,
Zinfandel, and I don't think we would have gotten a Cab
no,
Sauv. Neither of those are things that we'd like.
but we wouldn't have done
It must have been the Pinot
I think
Noir.
that changed, but we didn't do the Mayomi Pinot Noir.
No, I swear there was one from Sonoma. Also, I remember last episode we were talking
Wait,
about
wasn't it a Fess Parker? We have the Fess Parker Riesling on here. Or
why is
this
there
is
another thumbs up?
I need to figure that out.
Okay,
Scaring
listen,
me.
here's the deal. I am well aware that my house is haunted. Is the ghost doing this?
But it's at my house is brand well, so is yours.
It's a new bill.
Brand new. Like literally like 3
I'm the
weeks
first
old.
one to live here. I bought it when it was dirt.
Yeah. Well, I'm the first one to live on this land. Well, at least as far as
I was
um
gonna say probably not. There's
well, it was just a forest when I moved here. There was literally no other houses. We were the first one. But yeah, I don't know. So it can be haunted. No, it's not me. But it's never happened before.
something is going on and I don't know what it is.
You know what really pisses me off
What?
is we looked up we look up things every time we go. So
Mhm,
there was a menu of
mhm,
everything from
mhm,
every year, whatever. So in 2022, we went where I
mhm.
know Disney Food Blog did something. I know All Ears Net did something. But when I search Liberty Tea Tavern, let's try that again. When I search Liberty Tree Tavern menu Thanksgiving 2022 wine list, you know what comes up?
Nothing?
The direct link to the menu that's now Thanksgiving every day at Liberty Tea Tavern or Liberty Tea Tavern 2024 lunch menu and prices.
Oh, I'm seeing that right now
September
the
2024.
dinner price is $44 per adult, which checks out. I bet that's what we paid.
Oh no, I was talking about the bottle of the bubbles.
Oh, then yes, of course we would have spent that much on bottles of bubbles. Would we
$96 on.
would we have spent that much on dinner? No. But if at some point if we wanted a drink and that's how much it was, I guarantee you we would have spent that on it.
It was probably like 70 or it was probably 70 something. And we were like, oh, okay. For what it is, we wouldn't have spent $96. But that
I think
also
you
2 years ago.
underestimate us and our love for sparkling wine. How much?
Oops. Here's a review from 2022. Did they have photos? No, they fucking didn't. What kind of review doesn't have photos? Amateurs. Like I know Food Blog has.
What? We were not offered peel and eat shrimp with zesty remoulade. We were not offered
What?
that.
They have
Apparently,
that
that's
this year?
part of if you add it's an extra $25 a pound, but you can get peel and eat shrimp. This is an outrage. I would like to this is a formal complaint, if you will. I demand a redo with shrimp.
How about you write a letter,
I'm gonna write an angry letter. Dear Mr. Tavern.
Mr.
Okay, who's
Tavern
freaking best?
and Mrs. Liberty?
Yeah, we would have gotten shrimp in a heartbeat. Are you kidding me?
This
But
isn't
also, I
the
just
yeah,
looked it up and remembered that the dessert was an ooey gooey toffee cake
I
with
do remember
chocolate
that.
sauce and vanilla ice cream. Of course, we were gonna stuff our faces and
That's
then
why
still have that. Are you kidding me?
we had to. It was like we can either eat all of this and not have dessert, or this
Some
falls
of this
down
food is
into
gonna
this
fall
box on
down,
the floor,
and we ate that
and
dessert.
we're eating that, and we ate that. Just I love a sticky toffee pudding.
We ate all of it. I guarantee you there was not
We
a
did.
spot of that left.
No, it was good. I
I
really hate it
feel
when a
like
blog of some kind does not date their things, their whatever their
yeah.
articles or their write ups are. Like date every
I'm so
single
annoyed
thing.
because I know that we would have taken pictures of the food, but I don't think we took pictures of the menu.
Well, I don't even know if we looked at the menu because it was just
It was just
automatic.
all you can well, we must have looked at it for the wine.
And we must have, unless we were just like, oh no, we don't. We'll take a bottle of bubbles to start, and then obviously a Pinot Noir
Unfortunately
for to go with the food.
unfortunately, that's probably exactly what we did.
I don't need to see a menu. I already know what I want.
That's
Because what else were you
unfortunately.
supposed to have with Thanksgiving?
That is
There's gonna
unfortunately probably exactly what we did. We probably didn't look, we just said, "What are the red wine options?" And they said, "Pinot, Cab, or
no,
Zinfandel," and we said, "Give us the Pinot."
obviously a Pinot. What can I have a cab with turkey
Let's
and a
see. Oh,
Zinfandel? That's just sounds. You know, the thing is, we were in Magic Kingdom, so we hadn't even been drinking. Like we had a
we had
sangria before that,
sangria. Oh, that
and
sticky toffee
it's,
pudding looks good.
we were. I think we were drunk on food.
We were.
We literally just ate and ate and ate and ate and ate. That's
Yeah,
all we
I
did.
just have pictures of the food. I don't have pictures of the,
In 2022, it was $39 per person.
yeah, that checks out. I have pictures of our sangria before that at
Oh,
Skipper Canteen.
I did love all of that. It was so American. It was like
It was
there's a
so good.
picture of Betsy Ross, and
Ah, man, we gotta go back.
it was a lot of fun.
Even if we don't go for Thanksgiving, I feel like we have to revisit Liberty Tree
George
Tavern.
Washington pictured over the fireplace.
Yeah, that was really
I just don't
good.
want to eat that much food. Like we did
I'll
that
eat
because it
that
was
much food.
Thanksgiving, but not. It's only got to be one at Thanksgiving, not one. I wouldn't want to do that on a normal day when we're trying to get things done.
No.
Like we had
But if
already
we go
been
again
to
for like 3
Magic
weeks,
Kingdom
I would
once
do
or
it.
twice that trip.
We were there for 2 weeks. What are you talking about?
The Thanksgiving one, 2 weeks. That one.
Mhm. I can do it. Let
The
me go
first
back
one was
and
the first one
peruse.
was 3 weeks,
No, it was like 2.5 weeks, yeah.
half
We were
weeks.
there for like 17 days or something. Yeah, we
Yeah, so
got
here's
there on
8.
November 18th and we left on
Oh, here's what we. So this is
um,
everything we had. This is 2022 menu. There's the declaration salad. There's the ooey gooey. Okay, why is that here? I didn't organize this very well. Why would they put the toffee pudding in the salad direct? Okay. The impossible meatloaf. We did not eat that.
okay, so it wasn't exactly 2 weeks. We were there for 10 days. We got there on
10
the
days.
18th and we left on the 28th.
Okay.
So
We
we
did that.
did.
Yeah.
Um, we actually, that trip, I've just, a thought has come to me that I remember. We did
An
2
epiphany?
festivals that trip.
No.
When we first, balloons! Why the are there
Again,
balloons?
because you said festivals.
We did 2 festivals,
I asked before because if I asked if it was because we said festivals before
but
or
you've just said
festive.
it 2 times and there's no
I
freaking
know.
balloons.
But the first time it happened, we had just said it, and I asked if it was because of that. And now you just said festivals and it did it again.
Okay, I'm gonna say it again. We did 2 festivals.
Maybe it's gotta have like a minute pause in
I don't
or
know.
something.
But anyway,
A
I remember
break.
we did 2 festivals. We landed and it was the last day of, like, the food and wine festival or whatever festival was for. I think it was the food and wine
Yeah.
festival. And then we waited a week, and the last day that we were there, we went back to Epcot because it was, like, the first day of the Festival of the Holidays.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
we literally planned the trip for that
That's
time so
right.
that we could do both festivals in one trip.
That was a lot.
It was a
It
lot,
was a
but it
lot.
definitely
It was a
shows
lot.
our thought process for how we plan vacations. It's
It
really
was a lot of
how can
planning.
we maximize our food and drink opportunity?
There was at least like 4 or 5 spreadsheets.
There was a lot of spreadsheets, but also I'm a spreadsheet person. There's a spreadsheet for every
Shout out to
vacation.
Jamie for teaching you how to make a proper spreadsheet.
Yeah, that's definitely my dad's fault.
You know, that- that's how you get things done.
Yep. It is definitely
There's
how we get things done on our Disney trips. Are you still looking for the
there
wine?
is I am. Well, I'm also reading the menu. I don't remember this. I know we didn't look at the menu before.
No, I'm pretty sure we literally
The
walked in and said,
wine.
"Give us a bottle of bubbles."
The wine. So bubbles. Yeah, there's okay. So I was right. It was $75 in 2022. The Iron
It has
Horse Fairy
gone
Tale
up to be
Celebration Cuvée.
$96.
In 2 years. Can you believe that? That's $21. That's in,
That wine's kinda shit too.
well, it's good, but it's $18 a glass, and I would bet you it probably cost them $10 a bottle.
No, I was gonna say there's no way. For $96, think about all of the
That was back
bottles of
then. That was back
sparkling
then.
wine that you can get for 96. Think of all the bottles of sparkling wine you can get for $75 and compare it to that.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's not gonna
If you're
stop
gonna
us from
go
ordering it again. We'll order it again, but
if you're gonna go just like big brand, you could probably get a bottle of Vouv for
Veuve
that
is definitely
at
only
a
like
restaurant.
well, not
At a
maybe not at a
restaurant.
restaurant, but you could go buy a bottle of Veuve for
Might
75
be like a
bucks.
hundred, be somewhere between 96 and 120 or something. But yeah. So it was had the Naomi Pinot Noir then too. Or the no, we didn't have the Acrobat Pinot Noir. They don't do that by the bottle. And that's how is Naomi tied to Disney?
I don't think Disney World does it the same way.
I guess not, but some of them are. Like the celebration
Well,
was
that's
for
because that's
sure.
made by Disney.
But yeah, but there's Fest Parkers on there. There's Iron Horse is I'm trying to remember how it's tied to them other than just being sold there. They made it I guess they just made that especially for Disney. I was wondering who owns that.
I don't know, but I'm now thoroughly hungry. Between talking about all this food and watching you stuff your face full of cheese and salami.
I didn't get this. Um,
But yeah,
so if you're in Disney World and you happen to be there during Thanksgiving, on Thanksgiving Day, make sure you're in Magic Kingdom and highly recommend Liberty Tree Tavern.
yeah, I think much like when I went to Disneyland, there are other restaurants that do like a Thanksgiving meal. I know it was hard. We had a hard time. I was to make the reservation at Liberty Tree Tavern, I was on it 60 days ahead of a time, like
Yeah,
on the dot. And I think it helped
yeah,
because our Disney trip started like almost a week before Thanksgiving. So I was able to book
a little
our
earlier. Yeah,
Thanksgiving Day
it
dinner
wasn't
meal
like
a little bit.
just the Thanksgiving weekend like most people.
Mhm. So I think that helped. I was able to beat the crowds that were coming just for
Yeah,
that weekend in booking restaurants. So I would say maybe come a little bit early to kind of try to avoid some of that so you can book your
yeah,
restaurants early. I would say, and then we like the all you can eat. If you don't like the all you can eat, go somewhere else. Whatever. Have a non-traditional
or
Disney
just not have
Thanksgiving meal.
Thanksgiving at Disney World.
Yeah. There was a bunch of, restaurants in the resorts that were also doing, like, Thanksgiving meals too, so you could just go and not even go into the park that day.
Yeah,
I will say, though, that we had been warned that there was gonna be, like, heavy crowds on Thanksgiving Day,
yeah.
and we did not experience that. We were able to just
I
walk
don't
into
think it was
Skipper
that bad.
Canteen.
Yeah,
Mhm. We got onto some rides. I think we
that was a
did,
last minute decision to do Skipper Canteen.
mhm,
It's like,
and, I
wow,
think that day we just walked onto Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and, like, it wasn't a long line, we just did it, and I feel like there were a couple others like that, so I don't think the crowds were quite as bad as we feared they would be on the actual Thanksgiving
oh,
day. The days leading up to it and the days after were busy, but the actual Thanksgiving day was not as crazy.
And if you're in Disneyland, I don't think it really has. It doesn't really do it.
Yeah, there's no kind of all you can eat option that I can think of off the top of my head for Disneyland. But I would say
I
again, make
think
that
it.
reservation early for any of
Yeah,
the
I would just
restaurants.
recommend not going that weekend.
Yeah, we try to go the weekend
Personally, I
before
think
or the
that's
weekend
it's too
after.
busy. It actually is
Yeah.
too busy, and there's not enough space in that park to be able to handle those crowds.
Yeah, Disneyland is a
Probably
much
one of the
more
busiest weekends of the
compact.
year.
Yeah. And I would say also, at least for Disneyland, I don't think I felt this at Disney World, but at Disneyland, the crowds that come for Thanksgiving weekend stay for the entirety of the holiday season. So my
Yeah,
biggest recommendation is if you wanna see Disneyland for the holidays, just go, like, early November and then
yeah,
be done for the holidays.
yeah. Up
Disney
until
World,
the
I
day
didn't feel
before
that.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. No, Disney World, I didn't feel that, though. Disney World, we were there after Thanksgiving for a while too, and we felt okay.
Mhm.
But again, like you said, it's bigger, more space.
But now that Thanksgiving's over, we're looking forward to Christmas, and it's pretty much the same through this
January.
moment until January, actually.
It gives me some
I
more
think,
time to go back and try the rest of the festival of the holiday foods.
try that, buy some more merch.
Oh my gosh, you know what I just realized? It makes me so sad. Carthay
Mhm.
Circle didn't have a holiday drink this year that I saw. In the past, they'd had like a specialty holiday drink with a snowflake glow cube, and this year there wasn't one.
Yeah, I've got some of those set aside for next time, for our next
I'm really
episode.
upset about this. Between that and the fact that there was no glow cube in the poison apple teeny this year, I am
That really pisses
distraught.
me off.
I
I wasn't even there to have the cocktail, but I'm
thought it was
still
so
pissed off
mad.
you didn't get it,
And they charged the same price as when you got it with the glow cube. And it was always a more
which
expensive drink because you got the glow cube,
because
and
you
now
got
there's no
yeah,
glow cube and it's the same price. They're really trying to piss me off with that.
and it's pre-batched, so there's no reason it should be that price for
Oh,
that
that
with
really pissed me off.
especially without a cocktail with it makes me angry.
Really does make me angry.
to say
Probably doesn't
politely.
help that I'm starving now after talking about all that food. I feel like the
The
hunger is starting to seep in.
next time though, I think we'll be ready for Christmas, talking
Well,
everything about Christmas.
yeah, we'll end up having a couple episodes during the month of December, so we'll
Hmm.
have to go through it. I feel like I'm excited now that we're after Thanksgiving. I can start my Christmas movie list, and so many of them are Disney movies that I just wait all year to watch. It's very
Yeah, I
exciting.
haven't watched them yet, except for
No,
Nightmare Before Christmas.
I
That
do. I watch
started.
that twice. I watch it once for Halloween and once
I
for
was
Christmas.
able to hold out until like mid-October. I've already
I
seen it.
watched it the day after Halloween.
I think I've seen it 5 times already this year.
God,
Yeah,
what's this?
there's white stuff everywhere.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, I really wish there was more. I want more of that.
Yeah,
So,
I think I'd be very curious if anyone else has gone to the Festival of the Holidays at Disneyland and has tried anything, what they liked, what they didn't like, what I need to go back and make sure I do try. I would very
mhm,
much like any help
I'd like to
with
know.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still around for a while. So
Mhm.
let us know what your favorite things are, what you recommend, what your favorite booth is, what your favorite drinks, your favorite food,
Let us know your
what you
least favorite
would,
too.
what are your least favorites?
Yeah.
What would you like to see? What could they do better? I
Yeah.
think
What do they need to
that's
get rid of?
always what we need. Yeah, what can they get rid of? I think there's probably a number of things they could do so much more. It could be better. So let's hear about it.
Yeah, we'd love to know.
Until then, stay wicked, everybody.
And stay wasted. Cheers.
Cheers.